Ladies and gentlemen, and I, of course, as always, am the Velvet Voice, the one Walker Stewart, live here at the Biltmore Hotel in Oklahoma City for UWO TV 12, none other than the Unified Rumble. I have by my side the illustrious, the voice himself. He is James Southern. Diamond Jim, how you doing today?
Walker, it is a pleasure to be at the commentary table for you. We have got a big night of action lined up. The Unified Rumble is tonight right here at the Biltmore, and we're excited for all of our patrons to get to check it out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and let's take this one down to ringside. And ladies and gentlemen, look who it is. We have Becky here at ringside coming down for this opening contest. This is going to be an exciting one. It always is when Becky is here in the ring. She is live here at the Biltmore Hotel in Oklahoma City.
We saw a great debut from Becky at UWO Tulsa. Those of us who were there, or if you saw the video, you saw an impressive debut from her. It's going to be interesting to see what she can do tonight here at the Biltmore.
Wow. And look who we have here, none other than her opponent. It is Lady Parka.
That music can only mean one thing. We have a Parka on the loose. This time it's Lady Parka.
A Parka on the loose. This entire Parka family lineage is something that I've yet to really, truly grasp and understand, James. She is here, it looks like.
Bit of a hair toss contest here.
Yeah. Measuring each other up. I mean, that's one way to do it, right? And the bell has sounded. This match is underway. It is Becky taking on none other than Lady Parka. Look at this.
Some agility to start things off here from both competitors.
Going for it again. Drop toe hold there from Lady Parka, taking Becky down.
A little gloating from Lady Parka there. Up to a vertical base now.
Becky with a hold on that wrist there. I mean, these are two newcomers here to the Unified Wrestling Oklahoma scene. Lady Parka is trying to fight her way out of this one, and she does, grabbing a hold of that arm.
But both have shown a lot of promise in their short time here in UWO. This is just an opportunity for them to cut their teeth against one another.
Yes. Becky rolls out of that arm lock and transitions into a wrist lock of her own. These two are going tit for tat. Anything that you can do, I can do better. That is what's being said here. She doesn't even know her name.
Has confidence going in and not even knowing your opponent's name.
That is definitely some confidence exuded from Becky here tonight.
Transition headlock takeover now, 2 count.
Yeah, the shoulders were down, the headlock takeover, transition into the pinning combination, and look at that. The head scissors applied by Lady Parka. What a magnificent maneuver.
Smartly worming her way back to the center of the ring so that Becky has to work to get to those ropes.
Becky with that side headlock now. Oh, lateral press, only a 2 count.
It's almost like a short arm clothesline.
Yeah, that was unique offense there from Becky, that's for sure.
Working on that shin lock. Trying to get a grapevine.
Yeah, the body scissors are applied there, and no. Oh, can she bridge?
Lady Parka with the roll through.
It is back and forth between these two competitors here, James.
Certainly an evenly matched contest and a great way to start things off here at UWO TV 12.
Of course.
Off
the ropes. Parka head scissor whip taking down Becky with authority.
The lucha stylings of Lady Parka coming into play.
Yeah, I wonder if La Parka taught her that, or MLP.
Possibly one of those many relatives in the Parka family.
Oh, the hair whip taking down Becky, and Becky cannot be happy about that.
A good chunk of hair has to be missing now. Back to that headlock.
This is a very technical contest being wrestled by both of these two, which is interesting coming from Lady Parka, someone with seemingly a lucha background like the rest of the Parka family.
Becky with the charge in. Coming back to shoot her off.
Irish whip out of the corner. Becky setting it up. Avalanche splash in the corner.
Knocking the wind out of Lady Parka. Whipping her forward.
That would not feel good for anyone, let alone Lady Park in the middle of this ring right now.
Waist lock now. Parka working for position here, trying to get out of that hold. Bit of a spinning kick there to the side of Becky's head.
Oh, lifting her up. Body slam with authority. And
right
look
in
at
the
flex.
center of the ring.
Incredible.
Double bicep from Lady Parka. Impressive.
And now trying to get it again. She gets the body scissors applied. But she can't go flat on the back with those body scissors. She has to be able to roll to the side to avoid the pinning attempt from Becky there.
Very smart strategy by Becky, keeping herself alive even when she's not able to fight out of the hold. You see life starting to leave Becky's face here. She's turning red. You're seeing that struggle of trying to breathe.
If Becky doesn't tap out here, she might as well just pass out. I mean, this is brutal. Oh, the bridge rolling out, Becky.
Nice kick in the back there, slowing Lady Parka's momentum. Becky now back in Lady Parka up into the corner. Ooh, chop to the chest. Echoing.
What a chop from Becky. Oh
and
my
another
gosh.
one echoing through the empty hall here at the Biltmore Hotel.
Pectus excavatum.
You just love saying that, don't you, Walker?
Yeah, I do. It's my thing. Yeah.
It's a great word.
It is. The concave chest of Lady Parka can't be feeling good, but she is rallying back here.
Beautiful
Hip toss.
Arm drags and hip tosses. Another double bicep from Lady Parka. We've seen this before. She's stepping on the hair. Come on, Lady Parka. This has been such a clean contest up until this point.
I mean, I have to admit that Lady Parka knows what she's doing. Body slam again, taking down Becky.
You could see the ring shake with that one. Here comes Becky back up to her feet. Big throw out of the corner by Becky.
And then another one, that arm drag.
A lot of work in the arm and the back from just Becky. Something you really want to see from... Oh, hold on. Quick pinfall attempt.
The roll-up does not come through.
But that's what you want to see from Becky, and especially young competitor.
Of course. I mean,
working that lid.
and that's something you have to
trying
admire.
isolate.
That's something you have to admire about these competitors here. The tenacity of the young blood that is here in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma, straight out of the DG Dojo. That is what we are witnessing here tonight, and it is something special.
Oh, that big avalanche splash missed.
Schoolgirl.
Lady Parka was watching earlier.
Only a 2 count. And she is still in this. And we've seen Lady Parka go back for this multiple times. And there we go, just as she should, manipulating the weight of Becky to the side.
Very, very smart from Lady Parka. Becky reaching for the ropes now.
I was gonna say, she might have chosen the wrong side, though, the ropes.
Come on, she's on the rope. 1, 2.
Lady Parka taking some exception with the referee's count.
Oh, the stomp to the foot. Becky is not happy with her hair being messed with.
And it's on now. Becky firing up on Lady Parka. Quick 2 count. See, she's worn down Lady Parka incredibly well so far into this contest.
You're right. Drop toe hold, taking her down.
Floating over.
That front chancery, that front face lock applied there, maintaining great control of Becky here tonight.
DDT, dropping her on her head and neck.
Pinning combination with the flex, only a 2 count though. That did not go the way that Lady Parka expected it to.
Parka perhaps a little more confident in that DDT. Becky rolling through. Becky being very smart, keeping Lady Parka isolated there in that corner, just basically rebounding out of that corner.
Yeah, you're right. And it leads to maneuvers like that avalanche splash. We saw it earlier from Becky. Going again, body slam, taking down Lady Parka and going for the lateral press. 3 count, that's it.
That's it. Your winner, Becky, just Becky. What an impressive performance. We saw her debut at UWO Tulsa, and now another great performance here at UWO TV 12.
Absolutely phenomenal performance from Becky with the good hair here live in Oklahoma City. Absolutely phenomenal. But you gotta give it up for Lady Parka. Lady Parka put up a hell of a fight, but it just was not her night tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a hell of a match. A hell of a match that we've had here to open up UWO TV 12 Unified Rumble, but that is not it. We have much more action to come.
We have got a great card, of course, that big main event, the Unified Rumble itself. We can't wait to see that, but we've got more for all of our patrons here checking out UWO TV, and we want to thank you for supporting us on Patreon. It, of course, gets you many great benefits like this UWO TV folks are enjoying right now.
Well, I thought we already saw Lady Parka compete here tonight. Is she gonna wrestle again?
There's multiple Parkas. There's multiple Parkas.
The family's in town.
The family is in town. It's a family reunion, Walker. It's a beautiful
This is incredible.
Occasion.
MLP is here live tonight in Oklahoma City. The fans have to be electric for this man right here. I'm electric for this man right here. This is one of my favorite competitors in the UWO scene. It is MLP.
He is getting down. He's ready to be back in a UWO ring, and he's doing it right here at the Biltmore. It's a great time.
Ladies and gentlemen, look who we have here. It's none other than Dylan Graves making his way down to ringside tonight. Now, if you have witnessed before the UWO pop-up shows that you can find on our YouTube channel or live on Facebook, you would have seen Dylan Graves in-ring action before. But this is his UWO television debut. And he's got a hell of an opponent, a former EPW International Champion, to go toe-to-toe with tonight against. It is MLP versus Dylan Graves.
I've had the pleasure of seeing Dylan Graves at some of the UWO pop-up shows. I am really looking forward to seeing what he can do tonight against MLP, a highly touted prospect coming out of the DG Dojo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bell has rung. This match is underway. MLP taking on Dylan Graves.
That sneaky pass by, a trademark of the Parka family.
We find ourselves, of course, in the early stages in a feeling out process here. MLP has never taken on Dylan Graves in one-on-one competition, and Dylan Graves is frustrated here.
MLP seems to be having a good time and enjoying himself.
Well, he always seems to be having a good time. I mean, he's MLP. He's earned the right to enjoy himself. Dylan Graves, he has something to prove here tonight. He's trying to get the job done against the joyful, the ever-joyous MLP. Side headlock applied there from Dylan Graves. He's just wrenching that arm. The ferocity of this young competitor is not something to sniff at.
His intensity is something that you definitely noticed if you watched the UWO pop-ups, and hopefully it'll stay with him here in UWO, because I think that alone will give him great chances of succeeding in the tough competition we've got here.
Of course. Now, if I do have to say, MLP happens to be the antithesis to everything that Dylan Graves seems to represent. MLP is just out here to have fun, to enjoy himself. He wants to have a good time. Dylan Graves is out here to collect gold. He's out here to kick ass, and that is what he is doing tonight with that suplex.
Beautiful technique there from Dylan Graves. What a just beautiful shot. Now he's just raining down, holding him down. We might have... No, MLP gets that shoulder out. I thought he might have been able to hold him down right there.
No, but he transitions that into the side headlock, trying to hold MLP down. And if he can squeeze the life out of MLP, I mean, if you can't stand, you can't fight, James. We both know that.
Wrenching now on the head, trying to squeeze every ounce of air, oxygen, that driving force that keeps you going in the ring out of MLP.
Oh, but MLP, ever the veteran, transitioning into his own. And what is MLP doing here? Oh, is that the wet willy?
Oh, not the wet willy.
Oh my God.
He should be disqualified immediately. It's the worst tactic in all of wrestling right there.
But the referee has deemed it legal in this contest, so.
MLP now.
He's tickling the armpit.
Couldn't this be classified in torture in some as torture in some countries, Walker?
I've heard that some countries have utilized that as a torture method. MLP now, Irish whip to Dylan Graves, reverse, MLP sent to the corner. Oh, massive shoulder thrust into that corner. Dylan Graves is showing a lot of prowess here tonight in what I believe is only his second professional contest. The sidewalk slam taking him down.
Dropping MLP with a thud, but only a 2 count.
Referee in great position there for that count.
Dylan Graves now with a rear chin lock. Trying to stretch out that spine of MLP.
No, that cannot feel good for the visible spine of MLP.
Doesn't that sort of put a target on you, Walker?
You know, it definitely does. But I think everything about MLP puts a target on him. I mean, his antics inside and outside of the ring, while they may have won him championships, they piss people like Dylan Graves off. Wonderful Samoan drop.
Going for the cover now. Kind of 1, 2. Only 2.
3, ref. 3.
Now, if you're asking me, Dylan Graves thought that this should have been over a long time ago. He has to get frustrated. He walked out of that curtain frustrated. So I'd have to imagine that the longer this match goes on, the more he's going to have to keep his cool in check.
But But that frustration could come back to cost him here. He's not able to keep his cool, while MLP seems to be cool, calm, and collected at all times. But right now, Dylan Graves is on top, transitioning into camel clutch.
He's putting all of that frustration into the camel clutch.
Nothing.
Dylan Graves letting his thoughts of MLP be known.
Oh, Gamengiri to MLP. Sorry, from MLP to Dylan Graves.
Dylan calling MLP nothing, but now he's being tied up on the mat by MLP.
Tying him up like a pretzel here. What would you call that there, James?
It's variation of a crab and a full Nelson. I believe it's a proprietary technique that only the Parker family knows. It is the special Parker family hold. It's passed down from Papa Park to MLP and so on. And
Of
so
course, yeah. Well, I'll be waiting for Lady Parker to bust that one out in the near future, but
You'll have to work on your Spanish
Oh,
to see if you can find a name for the hold from them.
most definitely out of the corner, drop kick, flattening Dylan Graves.
Dylan Graves obviously rocked by that drop kick, though.
Rocked, but still in it, James. Rocked, but still in it.
He's close to those ropes if he can get there.
Dylan Graves has to be able to maneuver himself closer to the ropes, initiate the rope break.
Looks like another wet willy from MLP.
Typical MLP. Locking in that single wing choke.
Dylan Graves going for the knee of MLP.
Dylan Graves is targeting the knee of MLP, and we said it before, when you can't stand, it's a lot harder to win a professional wrestling contest. And Dylan Graves is trying to make it where MLP can never stand again.
He is dissecting that knee. Driving it down into those wooden ring boards. Sends a shock up your whole leg and up into your back and spine. It's going to make it difficult for MLP to continue in this contest with the beating he's taken.
James, I got to ask you, if you're MLP, if you're facing this newcomer that you haven't seen much of in Dylan Graves, what is your strategy?
You've got to go out there and just try to protect yourself as much as possible. And whether MLP had seen any of these pop-up events with Dylan Graves or not, there's no denying now, Dylan Graves is one dangerous customer when he gets in that ring. And MLP's finding that out. The best you can do is just try to protect yourself and feel it out as you go, and that's where MLP has found himself, but now he's on the lower side.
It's true.
Now working on that left arm.
That has to be some sort of strategy here from Dylan Graves. Pick a body part, wear that body part down. I mean, if you pick all four ligaments, then it's going to be a lot harder to win a contest. Licking up, spine buster with authority, pressing him to the mat. Lateral press. I cannot believe that MLP managed to kick out of that powerful spine buster.
A huge spine buster from Dylan Graves. Very impressive to pull out of his arsenal. MLP obviously didn't see it coming, but he was still able to kick out at two. Graves back in the corner now. A leg lariat there to MLP. 1, 2, 3. Dylan Graves picks up the win.
Dylan Graves picking up that victory over MLP and just stepping over him. What disgusting antics from Dylan Graves.
Dylan Graves looking to make a statement.
Graves!
He is here to make a statement in UWO. proclaiming himself the new face. And with a performance like that, who's going to challenge him?
I can't think of many people that would be stupid enough to challenge that stoic, intense monster that is Dylan Graves. And MLP is currently feeling the effects of that man himself, Dylan Graves.
But we've got more great action coming up here at UWO TV 12. Of course, that big main event, the Unified Rumble. But we've got a title match coming up right now, don't we, Walker?
I believe we do. Let us see our competitors down to ringside. And I recognize this music. I would recognize this music anywhere. I wish I didn't.
Trumpets are sounding, letting us know that the spotlight, Warren Powers, has arrived at UWO TV 12.
Ladies and gentlemen, the spotlight, Warren Powers. Can you leave our camera people alone? Dear Lord, focus on your match. The Spotlight Warren Powers is here live at the Biltmore Hotel in Oklahoma City, and he is going to be taking on a champion in Red Dirt Wrestling, none other than Rockin' Ronnie Morton.
What a great contest. This is set to be the Spotlight from Detroit, Michigan, taking on Rockin' Ronnie Morton from Nashville, Tennessee. A clash of areas, a clash of styles, a clash of generations here, Walker.
Ladies and gentlemen, look who it is. It is none other than Rockin' Ronnie Morton. He is your RDW Brass Knucks champion. He is here live at the Biltmore Hotel to take on that scum Warren Powers to defend his Brass Knucks championship.
He's Oklafan's most improved wrestler of the year, but he does realize that means what people thought of him last year, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know where the improvements that people have seen have really come from. His attitude sure as hell hasn't improved as of recent.
So I guess this begs the question, are you team tassels or team bandanas, Walker?
You know, honestly, I've made my opinions on Warren Powers very clear throughout my entire time here at Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. I have to be going for Ronnie Morton here tonight.
What opinion? Good at wrestling, that's your opinion, right? Come on.
Warren Powers taking the time to mock you here at the commentary table, but seemingly coming back to bite him is Rockin' Ronnie Morton taking over with a side headlock.
And Ronnie Morton with that side headlock expertly applied there. That is exactly why that man is the RDW Brass Knucks champion here, James.
Of course, he picked that up at our UWO Tulsa pop-up show. You want to make sure you catch those. You never know what's going to happen. New champions will be crowned. Warren Powers now shooting Ronnie Morton out of the corner.
You never know what's going to happen. That shot to the gut there from Ronnie Morton. He's trying to hold on to the Brass Knucks Championship as long as he can here. And again, up and over there from Warren Powers. A slingshot back into the ring sends the spotlight.
His tailbone has been readjusted thanks to Rockin' Ronnie Morton. Big hip toss. Going for the ride. Body slam from Rockin' Ronnie Morton. He's feeling it now.
Ronnie Morton is rocking here tonight, James.
You said he's rocking? Yeah.
Warren Powers looking for a bit of mercy from Ronnie Morton, and I'm not sure that's the person to be asking for mercy from.
Well, it seems like he didn't really need that mercy, that rake to the eyes of Warren Powers.
And now dragging his eye along the rope. The spotlight's just despicable.
Yeah.
One more time.
The concave chest of Ronnie Morton has to be feeling that right now. Has to be feeling the effects. Out of the corner, taking him down with that side headlock applied.
Trying to choke the air out of Ronnie there after chopping the air out of him in the corner. Ronnie fading here in the center of the ring. Warren Powers confident in that choke.
He is trying to wear Ronnie Morton out. I mean, and we know that if Warren Powers can get that done, he will become the new RDW Brass Knucks champion.
Of course, Warren Powers wanting to get some more gold around his waist. Ronnie Morton standing in the way.
Warren Powers
Caught himself.
Yeah, stops the momentum.
Warren Powers saying he ain't done yet. Working that knee, a rocket Ronnie Morton. Warren Powers with a big DDT to the leg. And the spotlight gloating now, admiring the work he's done, taking Ronnie Morton's leg out from under him.
Warren Powers with that kick to the gut there. Those forearm shots, I mean, when you get enough of those, it's going to be a lot harder to defend your RDW Brass Knucks title if you are Ronnie Morton. Well, let's talk right now. Let's talk about the experience edge of Ronnie Morton as well. Let's back up there. That Indian Deathlock is applied from Warren Powers. We've seen this many a times before.
He is a big fan of that Indian Deathlock. Of course, he doesn't have his manager, Guy Sterling, here to help him. So I guess that's a bit of an advantage for Ronnie Morton, not having to worry about Guy Sterling on the outside.
And that's true, but that goes to the disadvantage of Warren Powers. Warren Powers has struggled to get the job done on his own. He's always had to have guys like Derek James, like Guy Sterling, like Mike Andrews around him the entire time he has been here. Can he get the job done on his own here tonight? That's what we were waiting to see.
We'll see. He's doing a pretty good job so far of keeping Rockin' Ronnie Morton down. Beautiful knee drop right to the side of the head and throat. 1, 2. Ronnie out at 2.
Side headlock applied once more. And Ronnie Morton has to be feeling the effects of this match.
You see Ronnie fading.
In my head. I think they're saying you suck, Ronnie. Come on.
Warren Powers hearing a non-existent crowd.
I always knew that Warren Powers was crazy, but this just goes to show it.
He's hearing voices. Now we need to figure out how many there are. That might explain some of his actions. Ronnie Morton now back to a vertical base. Some punches into the midsection of Warren Powers.
Irish whip off the ropes. Out of the corner, Ronnie Morton going for that splash, but Warren Powers evades.
Looks like he caught his head on that top turnbuckle there.
Powers sweeps the leg.
Going back to that leg again. Warren Powers continuing the vicious assault on that leg.
Vicious
Warren
stomp.
Powers just staring at Walker while he's stomping Rockin' Ronnie Morton. Morton, excuse me.
You know, and I don't know why Warren Powers is taking his time to focus on me. He has a championship opportunity here tonight. He's blown them in the past by focusing on outside factors. Why don't you focus on your match? Off the ropes.
Personal vendetta with you, Walker, with a big old drop kick off the ropes. Warren Powers again making basically direct eye contact with my partner Walker here. You can just hear those shots raining down on Ronnie's head. But he's defiant nonetheless.
This is just a brutal affair between these two. Warren Powers. Oh! Ronnie Morton with the clotheslines. Coming back, it's that fighting spirit. Oh, the suplex. That's what you love to see. Only a 2 count there. This match rolls on.
But the fire is still alive and rocking Ronnie Morton, and that might just...
Oh, no. What the hell?
Warren Powers just blatantly getting himself disqualified.
Really surprised? I don't need that. I got better business to attend to.
Warren Powers with the low blow, deciding this match just wasn't even worth it anymore.
Not just this match, not just Ronnie Morton, but it's like, and it's an insult to the RDW Brass Knucks Championship itself. Warren Powers feels he has bigger plans, he has better plans.
The despicable Warren Powers makes his way out. But still, your Red Dirt Wrestling Brass Knuckles champion, rockin' Ronnie Morton. Not the way he wanted to retain Walker.
I was going to say, Ronnie Morton, I mean, he's happy to walk out another day as Brass Knucks champion, but this has to be one of the worst ways he could have possibly walked out tonight. Absolutely brutal affair, but you got to give it up for the wrestling veteran himself, rockin' Ronnie Morton.
What a night of action we've had so far, Walker.
It has been a wonderful night of action here at UWO TV 12. The Unified Rumble will be coming up in our main event. But before that, we have another contest. And look who we have here, none other than the Stone Wolf. Duncan Kincaid is here live at the Biltmore Hotel in Oklahoma City for UWO TV 12 Unified Rumble, and he does not look happy to be here.
Normally a pretty miserable individual to be around normally, but seems extra angry and aggressive tonight.
He is the most intimidating force here in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. It is none other than Ryan the Ripper Allen.
Staring us down here and sending a shiver down my spine.
I don't know why UWO management decided to place us this close to the ring tonight with people like Ryan the Ripper around here. I just don't feel too safe. I mean, I'm sure that you agree with me on that, James. This is an intimidating force.
I'd be prepared to bug out and run at any given point because these two are, they're crazy. They could go all over this building. And you want to talk about making that situation even more combustible.
Look who it is. It is none other than the savior of suffering himself. He is Malachi. One half of the longest reigning Empire Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions in history. The savior of suffering is here, and he is taking on Duncan Kincaid and Ryan the Ripper Allen in a triple threat match here tonight at UWO TV 12. Duncan Kincaid imploring that our referee here tonight check Malachi.
Now Ryan the Ripper Allen insisting that Duncan Kincaid be checked in turn.
Duncan Kincaid seems like the type of guy to have something to hide, you know? Got to make sure there's no... Dude, Ryan the Ripper, you especially need to make sure has no weaponry on him. Never know what Ryan the Ripper Allen is going to do, but Duncan Kincaid is trying to will Ryan the Ripper.
Seems like an unholy alliance here of Ryan the Ripper
An unholy
Allen.
alliance is a wonderful way to put that. Malachi, Irish whip, clothesline, taking down the Ripper. Oh, snapmare. Off the ropes. Go be looking for it. Shining Wizard.
Kick square in the back from Ryan the Ripper Allen.
Yeah, Ryan is not going to allow that to happen. He has the thumbs in the eyes. Out of the corner goes Ryan the Ripper. Cannonball with that drop kick.
The Ripper with a big leg of his own. Perhaps if the ref had been in a little better spot, it might have worked out better for Ryan the Ripper, but...
Yeah, I was going to say that was, the referee a little slow on the count, but that's okay. Ryan the Ripper still has an opportunity to win this contest. Oh, and Malachi evades, and Duncan Kincaid just struck the man that he just struck a deal with. Roll
Malachi
up.
with the roll up. Ryan the Ripper just waiting for his opportunity.
Trying to stalk his prey, and that's something that he does very, very well. He picks his spots, and whenever he finds them, he executes very, very efficiently. Only a 1 count, though.
This ain't what we talked about.
Well, I'm sure you didn't talk about having Malachi take both of you down, so it seems like all things are being thrown caution to the wind in this match.
What?
Big hip attack in the corner there from Duncan Kincaid.
Well, it seems that we've found some form of camaraderie here between Ryan the Ripper Cannonball and, of course, Duncan Kincaid.
Kincaid with a swift kick to break up the pinning predicament.
Duncan just rolling Ryan to the outside. He wants to be able to take down Malachi himself, and I completely understand. He wants to be able to collect the winner's purse.
Ryan the Ripper just diving in to break that pinfall up.
Very agile maneuver there.
Definitely
Ryan the
not what
Ripper.
you'd expect from him, but that's what makes him so dangerous.
You know, and ever since Ryan the Ripper came back from that injury that he sustained at EPW the night everything changed, he has come back a different competitor, a more agile, a more fluent competitor in the professional wrestling scene. Best press from Malachi and the repeated elbow shots.
Just 12 to 6 elbows coming down on Duncan Kincaid's forehead right now.
Ryan going for the cover himself. No.
Like a vulture picking the bones.
Ryan the Ripper seems like a guy that would know a lot about picking bones.
You figure he's got a collection of bones, Walker?
You know, I have to imagine that Ryan the Ripper is a guy that would collect certain body parts. I'll be honest with you, though, James. I'm too afraid to ask him.
Really, none of these competitors in this match are too friendly to go up to and ask many questions about their hobbies and pastimes.
That's true. That is very correct. I can tell you one thing that all three of these men do have in common, and that is they are hungry, and they are hungry for championship gold.
And beating 2 other competitors is a great way to state your claim for one of those titles here in UWO.
Of course, the UWO heavyweight champion, Derek James. I mean, there are so many potential matchups that this match could have championship implications here, James.
It very well could, and that's why you see all 3 of these competitors working so hard to pick up the win, is because they know this could mean big things for them at UWO.
Oh, Bulldog from Malachi.
Just guided that head straight down into the mat.
And look at that, Malachi transitioning between the elbow drop to Duncan Kincaid and an elbow shot to Ryan the Ripper.
Very smart offense there from Malachi. But it only gets him a 2 count as Ryan the Ripper is right there to break it up. Both men down, Ryan the Ripper just dropping an elbow right onto the back of the neck of Duncan Kincaid before switching to the knee. Ryan looking to get Malachi up. Oh,
he's trying to rip the mask off of Malachi.
Ripping the mask in the face of Malachi.
I don't know if that's something that I'd really want to see.
Malachi fighting up to a knee, throwing an elbow into those ribs.
You know, the only reason I would ever want Ryan to rip that mask off of Malachi is if he put it on himself.
That would be a sight to see, Ryan the Ripper with a Malachi mask. That would be, I would be more terrified than ever, I think.
That's just a mug that I'd want to cover. Off the ropes. Going for that Shining Wizard. Ryan the Ripper evades. Going for the side headlock. No. Duncan wants to get that cover. I mean, and this is exactly what you are going to find whenever you have hungry competitors. You have people that are urging for a championship opportunity. Ryan with that double cover. That was very unique.
That's definitely one way to make sure that the other opponent can interfere in the pin if they are underneath the pin as well.
Yes, that
very
is
smart
true.
strategy there.
That's a move that I haven't seen Ryan the Ripper bust out before. The double knee face breaker. And now off the ropes, drop kick basement style.
Malachi already out on the floor, but looks like he'll be there for a while after that drop kick to the face.
Ryan was trying to get some extra damage in, and that is exactly what he accomplished here tonight.
The Stone Wolf, Duncan Kincaid, waiting.
Oh. Going for it.
Going for a backslide.
No. Wait. Yes.
2.
That's it.
Duncan Kincaid.
You know, we said that this match had championship implications. Duncan Kincaid has staked his interest in UWO Heavyweight Championship contention multiple times, in contention for Red Dirt Wrestling, Empire Pro Wrestling. This man wants championship gold, and he has proven exactly why he deserves that opportunity here tonight. But Ryan the Ripper and Malachi, they're nothing to sweat at. Ryan extending the hand. This isn't something that we see often from Ryan.
An odd
Oh my God. Give me a break.
Come on, Ryan. Come on. Get it. This is uncalled for.
What the hell is that?
He already lost the match. Now he has to make a fool of himself. And
Yeah. Talk about a sore loser.
the the Stone Wolf Duncan Kincaid down. Perhaps he might need some iced stones tonight.
Potentially so, James. Potentially so.
Still an impressive victory, even though he's not going out looking like the winner.
Yeah.
Your winner, Duncan
The
Kincaid.
crushed stones of the Stone Wolf, Duncan Kincaid. We have our top medical personnel on staff here tonight to check out Duncan Kincaid. But nevertheless, we move on to our next contest. And ladies and gentlemen, look who it is, none other than UWO's own KJ Gold.
Another competitor we've seen in the UWO pop-up series who has been very impressive and put on some incredible performances for those checking those out on our YouTube channel.
Yes, of course, KJ Gold, a phenomenal athlete here in UWO. And he is going to be taking on none other than the man himself, Corvin Sage. Corvin Sage is here live
Mr.
at
Excitement
UWO, Oklahoma
himself.
City. Yes, Mr. Excitement. I'm very excited. But you know, we're seeing a little bit of a different edge out of Corvin Sage here tonight. Corvin Sage was told that he has been brought here tonight because he is a veteran in the industry. And that's true, he is a veteran. He is a heavyweight champion in places that he's gone before. But to be told that he's here to take on a young blood like KJ Gold, something tells you that just does not sit right with Corvin Sage.
You could hear him asking us before he got in the ring, a young boy, not showing a lot of respect to KJ Gold, but we'll have to see. I've seen him in these pop-up shows. He's going to hold his own.
Corvin Sage might be questioning his decision to come out here tonight with, I mean, the referee didn't even know when to come into the ring. I mean, checking the knee pads. KJ Gold, of course, clean.
Corvin Sage is a little more hesitant.
Yeah, Corvin Sage with a little bit of apprehension in that.
If I was a ref Robin, I would have checked him a little better than that. That was... Oh, he's still not ready, he says Corvin Sage, backing into the ropes.
Give me a break. Collar and elbow tie-up here. Corvin Sage immediately taking control of that arm.
There's that veteran experience, getting KJ Gold tied up in a hurry. But KJ, give him credit, finds a way to get out of it.
I have it on good authority from the DG Dojo that KJ Gold is one of those students where if you show him something once, he immediately manages to grasp it. He is a very, he's like a sponge in the ring.
And that proves very good things for his career. Of course, we'll have to see how he holds up against Mr. Excitement, Corvin Sage. You already explained Corvin's edge and experience, but we'll just have to see. There's that unpredictability factor of KJ Gold being so young.
Of course.
Corvin Sage just rubbing that forearm across the jawline of KJ
And
Gold.
notice how Corvin Sage has that foot placed directly on KJ Gold's foot. He's trying to be able to ground him in a base.
Controlling all of KJ Gold's body weight.
What do you think KJ Gold is going to have to do here to pick up a victory over this wrestling veteran in Corvin Sage?
He's going to have to take advantage of the surprise factor that
Oh
he's
my
got.
gosh.
And that athleticism that you're seeing on display right there.
Yeah, you want to talk about some surprise factor? Look at that.
Right there, breaking out that incredible athletic feat, back flipping, and then hitting a drop kick on Corvin Sage. KJ Gold, he's shining very bright at the start of this match.
I don't think that Corvin Sage was expecting that at all.
Corvin Sage sent into the corner with that huge hurricane rana. Another big drop kick from KJ Gold. Square in the middle of the chest. Once again, only a 2 count.
Only a 2 count there. KJ Gold. He is feeling himself here tonight. UWO TV 12 is his house. Lifting him up. Back. Body
Big
slam.
body slam there from KJ Gold.
I don't think Corvin Sage was expecting this onslaught, this fire here from the rookie known as KJ Gold.
KJ Gold has definitely taken a strong start here that Corvin Sage might have just been taking him a little too lightly.
Of course, this is KJ Gold's second professional wrestling contest, his first being at the aforementioned UWO pop-up show in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where he came out on the losing end against the aforementioned Dylan Graves. KJ Gold's trying to pick up his first victory here tonight.
And what an impressive showing that would be to say you beat Corvin Sage in your second match.
Exactly. I mean, Corvin Sage is the EPW heavyweight champion around those parts. Corvin Sage is a former champion everywhere that he's been.
Big kick to the midsection there.
Whoa! Using both of the knees to strike KJ Gold, almost in a bell clap formation. That was very interesting.
That's
very
that veteran experience of
that
Corvin
unique
Sage.
offense.
KJ Gold goes behind. Big drop kick sends Corvin Sage to the outside. That athleticism coming into play for KJ big time.
Corvin Sage is going to take as much time as possible to recuperate here on the outside. And while I don't blame him, I mean, I'm used to this man fighting a bit more of a clean fight. Something about KJ Gold has gotten under the skin of Corvin Sage here tonight.
But that veteran edge just coming into play. KJ getting a little cocky, coming close and coming into grabbing distance of Corvin Sage, and it cost him.
Corvin Sage seems like he's just toying with KJ Gold. I can't believe this edge, this attitude that we're seeing of Corvin Sage. I haven't witnessed anything like this before.
This is certainly not the Corvin Sage that we know.
Something's in the air here in the Biltmore Hotel. That's all I can say, James.
I guess anytime you get new blood in a company, it sort of brings out that old animosity. Corvin Sage with the vertical lift.
This vertical, oh, the brain buster.
Dropping KJ Gold right on his head.
What an impact.
Only 2 out of that massive brain buster on KJ Gold.
I'm not going to lie to you, James. I thought that was going to be it.
It's the referee you've got, Corvin. We don't pick the officials here in UWO.
Yeah, Corvin Sage might want to talk to UWO management about that one if it's something he really wants to take to the top. Speaking of taking it to the top, look at KJ Gold here. Off the middle rope, cross body.
Corbin Sage barely getting out of that massive crossbody from KJ Gold.
I am absolutely shocked. I thought that was going to be it. There have been so many moments in this contest where I thought that KJ Gold potentially could have gotten the upper hand on Corbin Sage for a finality, but
as you can see, arguing with the ref didn't work out for Corbin. Now he's trying to work back to his feet.
you know, and we talked about it earlier, but the young blood that is being injected here into the Unified Wrestling Oklahoma roster tonight at UWO 12, TV 12, of course, I think that has to upset Corbin Sage. I mean, a lot of these veterans in our industry feel the need at this point to have to argue their position here with people like KJ Gold coming in, people like Dylan Graves coming in. Corbin Sage is still trying to prove that he belongs.
And that's what tonight is all about. New blood, old blood meeting, colliding. What a night. We've seen some great matches so far, and we've still got that big main event coming up, the Unified Rumble. That'll be in just a few moments, but KJ Gold showing off that strength to go along with the athleticism. Big spinning body slam. Only a 2 count, though, says Ref Robin.
See, but we have seen so many failed pinning attempts here from KJ Gold that it has to be starting to get underneath his skin a little bit. He might be starting to get inside his own head. He has to be wondering, what do I have to do to put away Corbin Sage?
And that's where Corbin Sage's experience of going deep in these matches, going 20, 30, 40 minutes, is going to help him. He's had that experience of going the distance. KJ Gold hasn't. The look of disbelief on KJ Gold's face as he pulls himself up in the corner.
I don't blame him for that look of disbelief. I mean, KJ Gold has been putting in the work here tonight. Oh my gosh, the rake to the eyes. Corbin, will you give me a break?
The wily veteran Corbin Sage going to the eyes to take the advantage back once again. Choking him out on the top rope there. Corbin Sage making the best of the ring and making it a weapon.
Did you hear that shot from that elbow there, James?
Just rocking KJ Gold's head back.
Snapmare out of the corner. Corbin Sage, he's setting up for something here. Out of the corner. Oh! Running hip attack. Vertical press.
Still only a 2 count. Great resilience from KJ Gold in only his second match. Corbin Sage going up, saying he's going for the moonsault.
No! Skullboy rolling him up.
Only 2. Great counter out of that by KJ Gold, taking advantage of the opportunity given to him.
I am absolutely shocked by what we are seeing here tonight, James. A hell of a showing, a hell of a competitive matchup between KJ Gold and Corbin Sage.
Another big elbow across the jawline of Corbin Sage. Both men starting to get exhausted at this point in the match. Having gone back and forth so much.
See, but the length of this contest is not anything new to Corbin Sage. Corbin Sage has been doing this for years. He is used to this high-octane action. But what is Corbin Sage going for here? This is...
He's in the ropes. He can't get the submission. Corbin Sage just seemingly trying to choke out KJ Gold for
the hell of it.
For his own. Just what a... Corbin Sage arguing his case, but it still only gets him a 2 count.
Off the ropes. KJ. Oh, did you see the height on that?
Beautiful height on that splash.
This man is a natural athlete.
We've seen the strength, we've seen the athleticism. KJ Gold proving right here in this contest, he is someone to watch in UWO.
But sometimes, I mean, Corbin Sage just mentioned it, sometimes the athleticism is not enough to get the job done. Sometimes you have to have that in-ring IQ that Corbin Sage has.
Beautiful enziguri, right? You could just see his foot on the back of Corbin Sage's head. Still only a 2 count. Now KJ Gold going up for the first time.
To the top rope?
All the way up?
No way. I can't believe it. No! Going for that moonsault, but he misses. The roll up.
Corbin Sage has got the tights.
That's it. Oh, and Corbin Sage with the tights. Narrowly escapes with that victory.
If I'm KJ Gold, I am feeling good about myself tonight. Corbin Sage, an 18-year veteran of this sport, had to grab the tights to roll him up. What an impressive showing by KJ Gold. But your winner, Corbin Sage.
Well, I'll tell you this much. If I'm KJ Gold, I am lobbying to UWO management for a rematch against Corbin Sage because that match did not end fair and square. I understand that the referee did not see the tights being held by Corbin Sage, but nevertheless, your winner walks out with his head held high. KJ Gold, on the other hand, also has nothing to be upset about other than those cheating ways of Mr. Excitement.
And I'm selfish, but I would lobby to UWO management to see that match again just because what a contest that was. KJ Gold taking Corbin Sage to the limit. But now, folks, it is time for the big match that you have all been waiting for. It's time for the UWO Unified Rumble. You ready, Walker?
I have never been more excited for a contest than I am here tonight. This is UWO TV 12, and that tagline, Unified Rumble, is coming in full force.
And this Rumble match is for the Red Dirt Wrestling Iron Man Championship. The winner will pick up...
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was September 11th, 2021, where we crowned our first ever RDW Iron Man champion in the Red Dirt Rumble, that being, of course, Roderick Wingrave. But tonight, we have a Unified Rumble for the RDW Iron Man Championship tonight.
Spotlight's opponent starting things off in this Rumble. We saw him earlier tonight, Dylan Graves.
You know, and I've made my opinions very clear about the Spotlight Warren Powers, but I've never degraded his in-ring acumen. However, tonight, he might want to think twice about competing in this contest.
You can see the look on Warren Powers' face. He's not quite sure what he signed up for.
I'm not even sure what I signed up for. I have to see this man twice tonight?
So, here we go, kicking things off. Two men starting off, of course, the RDW Ironman Championship, the belt that is going to be on the line here in the Unified Rumble. Warren Powers and Dylan Graves kicking it off. This match underway.
Dylan Graves immediately out of the bat trying to bum rush Warren Powers, but Warren Powers evades and takes the advantage.
He's from Detroit. He's used to being bum rushed.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Yeah, I'm not really sure where Dylan Graves is from, but I have to imagine that he roamed the streets of that area very often. That bare knuckle style that Dylan Graves has, the ferocity, the intensity. It is something that I know many professional wrestlers that would love to be able to replicate that, intensity because it gets the job done.
Dylan Graves just choking the life out of Warren Powers and seemingly enjoying his work while he does it.
I've said it before tonight, and I'll say it again. Dylan Graves is one of the most intimidating men on this roster.
Warren Powers about to get taken over the top rope by the newcomer. But he manages to save himself. Dylan Graves perhaps getting a little too confident before he gets Warren Powers all the way out of the ring.
Yeah, if I was Dylan Graves, I mean, this is your opportunity at championship gold, something that he's said before that he's very interested in. I would want to get Warren Powers out of this match immediately, become the only man standing.
It's always easier to play King of the Mountain and keep people out of the ring than it is to end up on a 2 or 3-on-1 situation yourself. So Dylan Graves has got to be careful of that, but that could just be the inexperience coming into play.
That's true. But Dylan Graves does not want to be the King of the Mountain per se tonight. He wants to be the Iron Man as your RDW Iron Man champion. Warren Powers is trying to hook Dylan Graves into something, but these are two nasty competitors.
They are here to scrap and fight and claw at each other until one is left standing, and that is what it's all about in the Unified Rumble.
Oh, lifting him over the top, and oh, Dylan Graves to the outside, but his feet did not touch the ground.
And here comes Malachi, the next entrant in the Unified Rumble.
The savior of suffering, Malachi, makes his way into this contest. And we know Malachi's history with Warren Powers and his associates, the entitled the Rebel Hearts,
there goes Malachi already in and out for Malachi.
Warren Powers has to be feeling good about that one. I'm sure he's going to go home. He's going to text his little stable mates in the entitled. He's going to say, look, guys, look at what I got to do to Malachi tonight.
You know Mike Andrews will love that.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't really give a damn.
I told you how much he makes me sick.
Yeah, no, he makes me sick too. I don't really give a damn what Mike Andrews really likes. Warren Powers sure as hell does, though. Warren Powers is trying to get his hands on championship gold tonight. The Brass Knucks title wasn't something that interested him. Maybe he was putting all of his energy saving it for the RDW Iron Man Championship Rumble.
He's looking to be the Iron Man of the entitled.
I got a little bit of time for you, Walker. You did that to me earlier. I didn't like it.
Warren again taking the time to come talk to you over here, Walker. And we'll see if that benefits him.
Oh my God. Any quick fat guys and rumbles.
A little bit of his own medicine now. Warren Powers choking out Dylan Graves in the corner. Warren taking advantage of the opportunity to give his monologue.
I mean, if Warren Powers just wanted to sit here and monologue, he might as well just put Dylan Graves out of this matchup and take up the rest of his time.
Dylan Graves is making that hard for him, though. He's cutting him off, giving him those big shots to the midsection, now staggering him back to the corner.
And it looks like we await our next entrant into the Unified Rumble. It is the current RDW Brass Knucks champion. It is rockin' Ronnie Morton. I'm sure that he wants to get his hands on Warren Powers here tonight after that blatant low blow that caused a disqualification in their matchup earlier on.
Of course, we saw two of the competitors earlier on. You mentioned Ronnie Morton and Warren Powers. Now back out there, Ronnie trying to become a double champion in Red Dirt Wrestling. Of course, you mentioned that Brass Knuckles title, but that Iron Man Championship is what it's all about and what they're fighting for in the Unified Rumble.
I mean, could we see Ronnie Two Belts here tonight, live in Oklahoma City?
Ronnie Two Belts, I love it. I'm sure he'll strap them both on and rock back to Nashville, and I'm sure those titles will be having quite the time.
I'm sure he could put one around the waist. He can use the other as a guitar. I get it.
He'll be walking up and down the clubs of South Broadway playing the RDW Iron Man Championship. Oh! There goes Warren Powers. A little revenge for Rockin' Ronnie Morton.
That's got to feel good for Rockin' Ronnie Morton, but Dylan Graves.
Dylan Graves tried to get Ronnie over. It looks like he might be. I'm tired. He took quite a beating from Warren Powers there.
Now, Ronnie Morton is a hard guy to try and get over.
Ronnie Morton firing.
Going through the middle rope now is Dylan Graves. And that's not going to be enough. He has to be able to get over the top rope. But KJ Gold now makes his way into this matchup. He had a hell of a showing against the man himself, Corbin Sage. Can he get the job done here tonight?
Oh, and he's immediately partnering up with Rockin' Ronnie Morton to get him up over the ropes.
Dylan Graves handed KJ Gold his first L here in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. It would be poetic in a sense for KJ Gold to also eliminate Dylan Graves from this contest.
Of course, KJ Gold, we just saw him in that last match, and what a showing. I mean, if you can't see star potential written all over this kid, you'll see it now as he's trying to get Dylan Graves over the top rope alongside our RDW Brass Knuckles champion, Rockin' Ronnie Morton.
He is a natural athlete. Both of those men are for sure.
Trying to get Dylan Graves out now. He's holding on for dear life to that bottom rope.
Trying to do everything that he can to get the job done. And KJ
Morton
Gold,
off the ropes.
Shoulder tackle.
Taking down Rockin' Ronnie Morton. Big body splash into the corner.
But you have to imagine.
And Dylan Graves just stacking him up in the corner.
You have to imagine that there might be a certain lack of stamina that is getting the KJ Gold after an elimination. Dylan Graves has eliminated Rockin' Ronnie Morton. No Ronnie Two Belts tonight. But as I was saying, KJ Gold, he might not be at 100% here after that match that he had with this man who is making his entrance, Corbin Sage.
Corbin Sage immediately going after KJ Gold once again.
And now, you thought he was going to go for a running strike or a cannonball or anything else that he was known for.
But just choking him out with that foot in the corner.
Under the bottom rope, Corbin Sage is not eliminated, of course, but...
I mean, I guess arguing with the referee does keep you away from being eliminated.
That's true. Our referees have a tough task at trying to keep Corbin Sage at bay here tonight.
You can hear the wind being knocked out of Corbin Sage with that big suplex. And it looks like these two young guns just have it out for each other. Dylan Graves and KJ Gold seemingly always find their way back to each other. It'll be interesting to see how things continue to play out between these two as their careers progress.
Of course, two stand out individuals emanating from the DG Dojo. KJ Gold is trying to take Dylan Graves out of this matchup.
Corbin Sage has found him a friend, so of course he doesn't want Dylan Graves eliminated just yet in this contest.
Very talkative Corbin Sage here tonight. You know, I'd assume with that veteran instinct, he would want to focus more on winning this matchup, winning some championship gold for Red Dirt Wrestling. The Iron Man title is on the line, but that's what happens.
Our next entrant is making their way into the Unified Rumble.
And here he is, another newcomer to UWO. It is Jay the Inferno.
Jay the Inferno. I had seen the name. I haven't seen him in action. It'll be impressive to see. Going right after Corbin Sage. Not scared is this newcomer to UWO.
And Dylan Graves trying to eliminate KJ Gold here.
But KJ Gold tucking in under that bottom rope. Jay the Inferno cranking on the neck there of Corbin Sage. Corbin Sage has had a history of neck issues. Perhaps Jay the Inferno is aware of this and smartly going for the back and neck of Corbin Sage. Pardon.
Jay the Inferno is, suplex taking him down.
Dylan Graves and KJ Gold still in the corner.
Yep, over the top rope goes KJ Gold.
Dylan's been trying to take him out.
It's the road dog stance. He's got everything wrapped around that bottom rope. At least he did. And that's not a bad strategy to take in a match like the Unified Rumble here.
Certainly not a single leg crab being applied, trying to wear down Corbin Sage. Of course, pinfalls and submissions do not apply in this contest.
Yeah, it's a very interesting maneuver to see there from Jay the Inferno with the single leg crab, but
Dylan Graves now being sent for the ride over the top rope to the outside by KJ Gold. And here comes the next entrant in the Unified Rumble. Still a little sore, Duncan Kincaid.
the broken stones of the Stone Wolf, Duncan Kincaid, still ailing him, but he is here to compete in the Unified Rumble. Of course, suffering after that attack from Ryan the Ripper Allen after that wonderful triple threat match that they had.
It just goes to prove everybody, including Duncan Kincaid, wants to get their hands on the Red Dirt Wrestling Iron Man Championship. That's what we're all here for, and that's what everybody in the ring is competing for. It's the Unified Rumble here at UWO TV 12 live from the building.
There are only two other men in the history of this business who have ever gotten their hands on the Iron Man Championship in Red Dirt Wrestling. The first one being Roderick Revan Wingrave, and the second being Steven Cruz. Those are two men which, if I was a professional wrestler, I would love to have my name associated with. A wonderful lineage, of course.
Two big, strong powerhouses, and perhaps somebody like that will continue the history of the RDW Iron Man title.
Now, I know that we are not all the way through the list of competitors that are going to be competing in this matchup here tonight, but I got to get your take, James. Out of everyone in the ring right now, who are you favoring in this contest?
Right now, you've definitely got to give a favorite to some of the younger competitors. They're more likely to be the fresher, and they've had the shorter of the matches tonight, so perhaps they're in it for the long haul. But you can never discount the veteran minds of people like Corbin Sage.
You're right.
So with that being said, personally, I've got to give it to anybody who's been in a Rumble before. And when you're looking, you've got people like Corbin Sage, you've got people like Duncan Kincaid. They're the ones with the experience in this type of contest.
You're right.
We've got another competitor entering now, Ryan the Ripper Allen.
Well, Ryan the Ripper Allen makes his way down to ringside as KJ Gold over the top rope. Another non-elimination by Dylan Graves. Duncan Kincaid cannot be happy hearing that music from Ryan the Ripper.
I'm being told now that we only have one more entrant left in this Unified Rumble match. I can't wait to see it. We've had a great field so far. Any of these guys could go home with the belt.
You're right. You know, you said it yourself. You were talking about the experience edge that a lot of the veterans in this contest have. They've competed in Rumble-style contests before. I'm going to have to go with my pick being Jay the Inferno. He is the freshest man in this match. He has not competed yet tonight. I know that he is one of the young bloods, but maybe that is the special spice that is going to get him the RDW Iron Man title at the end of the recipe.
He definitely has that advantage of being the fresh man in this context. And, I mean, that can be a blessing, but it can also draw a big target on your back. As battle lines are drawn and we're seeing friends and enemies made, you're the odd man out. Corbin Sage, though, has rolled out of the ring.
Yes, I don't believe that was an elimination, though.
I don't believe so as well.
Very smart stylings here from Corbin Sage.
That veteran prowess showing. Oh, here goes Dylan Graves over the top rope once again. He saved himself multiple times in this match.
KJ Gold and Dylan Graves seem like two of those men that are destined to constantly be at odds with each other.
No matter what happens, they just seem to find each other. It's like cats and dogs anytime they see each other.
Yes, of course, we have seen legendary rivalries. What the?
What? No. Is that?
What the hell?
It's Bob.
Bob?
Bob? No.
Bob Herman,
no,
what the
Bob.
hell is
no,
going
no,
on
Bob.
here?
No, Bob.
Bob,
no, Bob.
I don't think that this is, what the hell is?
No. No. This
Bob,
kid can't do this.
Oh, no.
Well, there goes my pick. I busted.
It's the surprise entrance from Bob Herman.
Perhaps the quickest entry and exit to the Unified Rumble. Bob, well, I was going to pick him, and then he got eliminated.
Yeah, no, I was very excited to see. Oh, and there goes my pick. Jay the Inferno is out of this contest.
Never doubt Bob.
I cannot believe the surprise entrance. Bob Herman making his professional wrestling
there goes
debut,
Corbin
and as soon as he does,
Sage.
he is out. Oh my gosh, and this is cleared out very quickly. We are down to two men. We have the Stoned Wolf, Duncan Kincaid, taking on none other than Dylan Graves.
Both men had hard-fought contests earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry. We do have one more man in this contest. It is KJ Gold, who is still in.
I believe KJ was sent out underneath the bottom rope,
Yes,
keeping
I'm
him
sorry.
legal.
Should have noticed that. Oh, misdirection Irish whip. Did you see the power on that from Duncan Kincaid?
Powerful, powerful hammer throw there from Duncan Kincaid, just rattling KJ Gold's spine against the turnbuckles. Looks like an alliance was formed to get rid of KJ Gold.
Yep, there
but
goes
now
KJ Gold.
Only two remain, and Duncan Kincaid is the first to break the truce.
Well, we saw how alliances went for Duncan Kincaid in his triple threat match. That's it.
Your winner and new RDW Iron Man champion, the Stoned Wolf, Duncan Kincaid.
Wow, that was an incredible unified rumble. And Duncan Kincaid gets his hands on championship gold here tonight at the UWO Biltmore Hotel.
A victory cry from the Stoned Wolf.
And he looks just as shocked as Dylan Graves looked upon his elimination. And you got to give it up for Duncan Kincaid.
What a night for him, picking up the win in the big triple threat match, and then now going home your RDW Iron Man champion. what a great showing from Duncan.
You want to
Kincaid.
talk about men that represent the term Iron Man to the fullest extent. It seems like tonight you're going to be talking about the Stone Wolf Duncan Kincaid.
Without a doubt, Walker, it has been a great night of action, and Duncan Kincaid has been a big part of it. Walking out with the title held high, it's going to be a good night for Duncan Kincaid, and it has been an absolutely great night for us here at UWO TV 12.
Yes, it has been. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here tonight at UWO TV 12, the Unified Rumble. James, how are you feeling?
It has been a great night, Walker. I'm glad to have shared it with you and all of the UWO patrons. It was a great night. We had a great Rumble. We hope you all will be back for the next Unified Rumble.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. For the Velvet Voice, Walker Stewart, and for Diamond Jim, James Southern, thank you for watching UWO TV 12.